Hello people, it's John. I figured since I was out there running around today and I'm on this video kick, I might as well start this little video for you to give you a little bit about my opinion about a question that popped up on Facebook. It was sort of to the effect as how does your family feel about you working online and doing multi-level marketing? Well, I have a really good opinion about that because of the fact that I have a really big family, and during the times that I was first starting out MLM, everybody was calling it a pyramid or a Ponzi scheme or some kind of matrix scheme or whatever. My opinion is, your family and your friends, okay, they're always going to want you to stay at a certain level. If you're working a 9 to 5, they want you to stay there because if you succeed, it's like a hierarchy. So when you succeed more than other folks, or you're doing something, that they can't do, they get kind of jealous. And jealousy and envy doesn't pay off for these people because it's a motivator. So when I started multi-level marketing and I started doing all this stuff online, my family wasn't very supportive at all. They was, yeah, he's running a scheme, and they still talk about it today, even years and years and years after the fact. And all it does is give me the motivation personally to go out there and just make more money. I'm going to give them a million more reasons to hate me for what I'm doing. Doesn't matter. I'm probably, I hate to brag about things, but, in my family, we was all poverty. We was raised in poverty, so I think that, we fall into this rut of catching ourselves being comfortable, being broke. I mean, point blank, we got a comfortability factor of we're broke, so we ain't got to worry about too much. We don't got too many decisions to make when we're broke. We could all live happy in our rut. And that's not me. That's, I'm driven by a different force of nature. I have an 8-year-old son. I'm 40 years old. I'm not getting any younger. My force of nature forces me to know that my mortality is here, so I don't really care what my family says. If they have something negative to say, I let them say whatever the heck they want to say because like I said, that gives me my drive to do even better. I don't want my son and my wife to have to struggle if something happens to me today, if something happens to me tomorrow. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. I want them to wake up knowing that their day that dad and my husband left me something. You know what I mean? Left me a legacy, left me something to go on. And most of the things that I do online, they can be left to another person. They can be left to my family. So, my drive is such that I want to help everybody else make money too. And, my family hates me more and more and more and more each year because, I'm always popping up with things like, just for instance, I have a classic car. My wife got a Jeep Cherokee that's all hooked up. I got a Jaguar that I'm driving right now. We got a big old house, that we built by hand. These things cause the jealousy factor, and they cause people to, use jealousy and envy for hatred, and it shouldn't be that way. I offered my family a million times to get involved, and I would help them, and I would show them, and I would teach them how to do this stuff, and I would let them use my equipment, use my computers, and all this other stuff, but they just like that wicked grind that they're in. They like to have something to complain about. They love to have that story to come home to, where they're, oh, well, what they did to me at work, these people are, trying to do this, that, and the other. They like the controversial stuff better than they do, an easier way of life. Multi-level marketing can make you very, very wealthy. It's a very lucrative type of thing. And your family, if they wasn't with you from the beginning, they're going to be tagging along. And when you start making money, you're going to get phone calls from cousins that you don't even remember that went to picnics and cookouts. They're going to be looking for handouts. Your friends do the same thing. I get friends and family calling me all the time. Can I borrow? Can I get? Can you lend me? Can I have? I need this, or they give me a sob story because they know that I got compassion. So they'll say, oh well, this is happening in my life. This is wrong in my life, and they'll hit me with this stuff. And as much as you want to be compassionate, you got to kind of decipher that stuff. So I cut 90% of my family off due to the same reason. I still to this day don't talk to some of them. and then you'll get these various phone calls from jail. Like, hey, cuz, why don't you put a couple bucks on my books? But they didn't want to listen to me a couple months ago when I told them, like, you're dealing in bad stuff and it's only going to end up bad for you. Because I'm not innocent. My halo burned out a long time ago. I made a lot of stupid mistakes in my life. But it's one thing to make a stupid mistake, and it's another thing to try to learn from it and move on from it. And move to bigger and better things. And that's what I was able to do, and they hate me for it. So, when it comes to my opinion about family and friends and marketing, whether it's network marketing, affiliate marketing, MLM, is the more money, the more problems you're going to have when people start calling you. And nobody's going to be for this stuff because it's an easier way to do things. It's less commitment. I get to sit around my house 24 hours a day and watch my son grow up. You don't think that's a bigger bonus than any financial situation in the world? I get to sit back comfortably in a house that me and my wife decided to build. I get to sit back and do what I want. I got this free lifestyle. I could just roll around anytime I want. I'm really not in any I really don't have a destination right now other than driving around because I do most of my thinking in the car. But I'm saying your friends and your family is going to be your worst enemies when you're doing affiliate marketing and MLM and networking. Because you'd want in a perfect world you'd have all the support and you'd want them to kind of boost your ego or say good job. Very few will do that because of the jealousy factor, especially when you start to succeed. And I have keys for success because my drive is a lot stronger than others, and MLM and stuff can be done just about by anybody. We have older folks, we got younger folks, we got a lot of people in the businesses that I'm in that are making thousands of dollars per month that they don't have to worry about. I don't have to worry about bills, whereas most of my family and friends do. There's a lot of differences there, and don't let them hate. Don't let them hate on you so much you start to resent them and you start to try to backtrack from the business that you chose to be in. This is a very good career. I don't care who you are. This is supposed to be somewhat of an inspirational video, although it saddens me that my family's like that, and I can't say that my family backs me 100%. Can't never say that. My friends don't like it. They smile in my face when they're around most times, and they try to put on a big act. Like some of them should get Oscar and Academy Awards for the acts that they put up. Like they care about certain situations or something, and then you hear through another family member that's closer to you, they say, well, you should have heard how much smack he was talking on you. You know what I mean? Oh, blah, blah, blah. He thinks he's too good. He thinks he's this, that, and the other. I don't think I'm too good. I'm just too good for their rut. And that's that's how I feel about family and friends. So if you could take anything from this video, I just wanted to share a little bit about my personal experience with family and friends and the business that I chose. If you take anything personal from this video, I only ask you to do one thing. You got to segregate. You have to leave these people behind. If they're not on your side, they're against you. If they're against you, then there's no need to keep them around. And I know that it'll probably pain a couple people to say, okay, well, I got to ditch my mom, or I got to ditch my brother, or I got to ditch my sister. I had to do all that in order for me to have somewhat of a success and not have to worry about so much. I don't worry about people's opinions anymore. I don't really care. And if they hate me now, just wait till they see me next year. That's my goal. That's my drive. And you should be driven just as well. Don't let nobody else take your dreams. Don't let nobody else tell you that this is impossible. Don't let anybody else tell you that this is a bad-natured deal. Okay? Don't let anybody else, tell you anything about your business. This is your business. You do what you got to do. And if you're making money, fine. If you're not, try to. And when you make money, you just listen. You don't throw it in their face. You just let them see all your success, and it gives them 10 times more reason to hate. And that's, I guess that's, I might as well say that's wise words from John Sherling today. I'm signing off, and we'll see you on the next video. And thanks for listening to my rant. Later.